Hey people, this here your blind buddy again. This one right here, I told you, ain't no more mercy. And this one right here, I'm coming with what need to be said, to who it need to be said to, because the truth stands, and the truth can stand by itself. So know this in advance. I appreciate all the ones that know that I'm coming forth with the truth, and I'm gonna stand with it because I know what this truth is. This truth is, and I know where it's headed, and I know where it's coming from, and I know what it's doing. We're gonna see where it comes to after I put this message right here down, because this one right here is a message to Jezebel. You know, and a lot of people, Jezebel, a lot of you won't even know who I'm talking about. And a lot of you get shadow chested when I mention the name, because this is what Jezebel does. Jezebel invokes spirit among people, because Jezebel, whether you realize it or not, is not good. Now, I know in this world that people take upon the emulation, and they emulate a lot of things. This is who Jezebel is too. She's a spirit of emulation. So when you realize that you're acting in accordance to who this entity is, then you realize that you're not a daughter of God. You're nothing to God. Because I'm gonna tell you, this is in the Bible. Jezebel is something related to more or less dog food in the Word of God. And now, whether this is in the Bible. Now, if you don't realize this is, then you need to go check it out.
I know it's in there.
Where is that?
It's in 1 Kings 21 and 23.
1 Kings 21 and 23.
And 2 Kings 9:10.
2 Kings 9 and 10.
Reference it twice.
And she's referenced a lot in this Bible, and that a lot of you women don't realize. You're chasing after this entity, and you're walking around as if you're doing something of a good thing. This is not. If you call yourself a godly woman, you better check the entity that you're calling godly. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not afraid of Jezebel. There ain't nothing about Jezebel that frightens me. So I don't care nothing about your witchery or what entity the truth. This woman was married to Baal. Her husband's name was Baal. Baal is the one that eats babies. So if you're a woman that has a womanly instinct, of nurturing instinct of child, your children, then you should be utterly appalled that any activity or behaviors associated with this entity would even, you should be appalled. You should come away from it. But you have to look at and see, when you go into all these things where girl power and all these things, when they go to try to beefing up woman, this is Jezebel. Because she's out of order. Jezebel is always out of order. I know there's a lot of men on this, that would give the appearance. But see, this is what Jezebel does. She wants to destroy the image of God. The image of God is man. You can think what you want to about Gaia and all this. Gaia is truly the house where the separation from the Father comes from. Jezebel's house is out of order. Look at Jezebel's house. We all live in Jezebel's house. It's earth. Look at, Mother Earth. We live in a country where it pays homage to the woman, Yeah. That's why all the women come over here from other countries, and they come from their country and they just disregard their culture because they want to be, I am woman, hear me roar. This is Jezebel. Trust and believe. Jezebel will try to appear as a man. She wants to be in the place of a man.
Her husband Ahab, she worshipped Baal.
Well, that's her husband.
Yes, you're
It's
right,
the
'cause
knowledge
that's what
of
she
evil.
married, too.
See, you got to look at this on a spiritual manner. Ahab, the Arab, everybody know that's an awful song associated with Ahab, that Arab. But Baal is her husband. You got to look at this in a spiritual manner. Jezebel worship the knowledge of Baal, the evil, the father of evil. You know, he's father of evil. This man, this is who she worships. And when you come around with these sassy, you know, not of God woman that you think you're entitled to behavior, God ain't fixing to that. You know, put up with that. Trust me. Jezebel is nothing to God. You know, she is on display for you to see. And I'm talking to the men as well as the women. You men need to come away from paying homage to this woman entity as if she is your God. You don't call her an angel. You don't put her on that kind of pedestal, man. Are you crazy? You crazy. You can get mad at me all you want to. I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm a blind man, and I wouldn't bust a grape in a field full of shoes. So for you to want to rustle up and want to come do something to me, it just shows you just how weak you is to this Jezebel spirit. If you let some Herodias ass woman talk you into coming to doing something crazy because she don't like me talking about her foul, wretched behaviors that has become a grand juncture amongst the people of who she thinks she is. You know, Babylon has always fallen. Why do you think God said, I am the same today, yesterday, and forevermore? It don't matter that you're flying in cars. You're still doing the same thing that always has been. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
This world ain't changed. People doing the same behavior. They just calling it something different. You think because you disguise a turd in the high grass, it can't be still stepped in? You understand what I'm saying? You're trying to put lipstick on a pig and try to make it look like it, you know, you're still catering to these ways. And a lot of men or women don't even know that they're doing it. Oh, you just mad because I look good. You don't realize how awful you look. This spirit is taking you on to try to give you the impression of something that beforehand you had no self-esteem. You've been looking for something. Now you think you done found something. Now you're secure in what you think you done found, not even realizing you just run into something that taught you to hate your father. Well, I know a lot of them, they say, you know, you don't understand because of the life I've had. You know, all of us had, you know, you don't realize, I was abused by women coming up. I don't hate women. You know? So that's a bunch of jive, bull crappy, talky-walky that you're coming with, because, you know, if you want to, healing comes when you accept the antidote for what ails you. What if you just gonna walk around with an open wound and want somebody to baby your wound all the time? You're not trying to heal, you're trying to stay in the comfort zone to where you don't have to do right. That's Jezebel. Big blue eye, big brown eye. They come in hazel now. They come stuffed with silicone, they come stuffed with long eyelashes, they come stuffed come stuffed in a package. What they call that, a spank? That's what your ass needs. You need spanking. And I guarantee you ain't gonna want no spanks on you if you get arrive in a place where it's hot. And that stuff catches fire. Elastic, I'm sorry, don't feel good when it's on fire. I bet you it ain't gonna take long for you to get out of it. Walking around entertaining these things of a Jezebel spirit. Now you'll get mad at somebody that'll tell you these things. This is why this is a hard message for me to do, but it's a message that's gonna get done. Because I know you go to when you talk to a Jezebel spirit, all you're gonna do is rile it up.
Yep.
You just I'm looking for the rile up. Where the women of God, where they gonna stand up? I'm looking where the support gonna come in at.
Right.
Yeah.
Right here.
All those that hear what I'm saying, that know I'm telling the truth, that don't support Jezebel. I want to see how much of that support's gonna come.
Right.
Cause when you go to talking against this foul spirit, you can best believe she's gonna be foul, cause she don't want to be told she's wrong. She don't want to be seen that she's wrong. But in the end, you're gonna find out just how wrong she is if you follow her. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. It's a message from your daddy. Your brother coming to give it to you, and I'll give it to you gladly. I give it to you so you can stay happy. Don't walk around in the sorrow with no guarantee that there'll be a tomorrow. Run around chasing things in hell because you were chasing a bitch called Jezebel.
Ooh.
You understand what I'm saying? Leave her alone and come on home. That's a message from the Father. And here I put you on the dial tone. Ooh.